Hi, everyone. It's me again. Thank you for stopping by to hear what I got to say today. Today, I want to talk about relationships. This is a topic that can go on, we know, forever and a day, just depending on how deep we delve into certain categories, subject matter, topics on the subject, subheadings, if you will. But I want to talk about new relationships. And I'm in a new relationship. I would still say it's been about a year and a half, but I would say it's still a new relationship. And I did things a little different this time. And so far, so good. Look, crossing everything. but basically, I wanted to kind of share a little bit of that. And we'll see if that works for you. But for me, I decided that putting on my best Tynesha was not necessary. Putting on my true Tynesha was what was gonna be seen more often, so I think it was gonna be more necessary. So when I started dating my current boyfriend, well, let's rewind. When I got divorced, yes, I'm divorced. I know, I don't know what he was thinking, right? You know. But anyway, I started thinking, like it takes two to tango. So what could I do different? What can I do better? Because if I'm not growing, I'm not getting better, then I'm still the same. And none of us want to be the same person we were 20 years ago. I mean, if you're not growing from 20 years ago, to me, something's wrong. Like, you definitely need to be growing. You need to be getting better. You need to be solidifying certain mindsets that you have and learning how to change certain things. One thing I changed was how I argue. Like, when I get upset and I get mad and I want to argue, I feel like it's justified to raise my voice and to curse. Yes, to curse. And to just gut punch that other person so I can win that argument. But I was in a relationship, not my marriage, even though he kind of said the same thing, but I was told not to yell. I was told to calm down. I was told to stop saying things that I would later regret. And that's not how I was taught to argue. Like, I saw just screaming and, like I say, cursing, gut punching, gloves off when you argue. And so when I was getting into a disagreement with, guys that I was in a relationship with that didn't like that style, they wouldn't engage me. They wouldn't talk to me. They wouldn't continue on. They're like, you're not going to be screaming at me. You're not going to be cursing at me. You're not going to be telling me, all these negative things. And then later, once you've had a chance to cool off, you're going to come back and apologize. That's not cool. Say what you mean, even though you're upset and you're passionate, but don't scream and yell at me. And I learned that. And I don't argue regularly with anybody, but that's something that I have to be cognizant of so that I fight fair, basically. So I think that there's things that you can learn from past relationships that you can take into new ones that make you better. And I wanted to meet my new boyfriend, future husband, hopefully, with a new level of maturity. I wanted to bring some honesty and some growth to this new thing. I wanted to be honest with what I wanted and what my deal breakers were. And so I stopped saying, well, I'll work with somebody if this is their situation, or I'm not going to judge them if this that situation. Well, I wasn't being honest with myself in that way. Certain things bothered me and certain things were deal breakers, but I would only admit that to myself. So when I started dating my current boyfriend, I let him know, let's talk. Let's talk for real. We're going to get to know each other if we stay in this thing regardless, but let's be real. Let's be honest. And what are your deal breakers? And he really was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, what could I do that would make you say it's been real, but I will not tolerate that? And so for me, I told him I couldn't be hit. I'm not going to be abused. You're not going to put your hands on me. And I've never, thank God, been in a relationship where someone's put their hands on me, but I've seen it and I've heard about it. And I grew up watching Lifetime. And so I just said, that's not something I'm going to deal with. Personally, if I think about you hitting me, I got 2 brothers and 3 cousins that come to mind immediately that you don't want to see because you got out of hand with these. Make it count, because when I get on the phone, it ain't gonna be pretty, and they gonna roll up from the south, from the north, and you ain't gonna want that. But if I'm accepting that behavior, if I'm staying in a relationship, they ain't gonna fend for me the same way as I'm moving, I'm leaving, this was the first and the last time. They gonna ride hard. 2 brothers, 3 cousins, y'all know who you are, and some others know who they are. But I had to talk about my deal breakers. Being hit was one of them. I'm not gonna be in that relationship. I don't want somebody who smokes. Now, there's a goo gob of folks who smoke. I'm not saying anything negative against the person who smokes. What I'm saying is that's not the relationship I want to be in. I don't like any smoke. I don't burn incense. See the candle? That's it. I don't like smoke. So I don't want to sign up to be with somebody who smokes. And guess what? That's my choice. That's my right for the relationship I'm in. I shouldn't have to be with someone that it would be okay if that's not what you should have to do. I don't want to help nobody get on their feet. I don't do that no more. I thought you got to be a ride or die. You got to be a better kind of woman. You got to be, on a team, show that you down. I done been there and done that. I don't do that no more. I'm knocking on 40 strong like, yo, 40. 40. Right there. Nope, 40. Come on. I don't want to help nobody get on their feet. Now, if we get together and you fall off your feet, then I'm not going to leave you because of that. But if you are not yet in a place where you can hold your own, I want to sign up for that. And I have that right to not sign up for that. That's something for me to say, I don't want to do. I don't want to deal with. It's not me turning my nose at you or saying that something's wrong with you, but I am coming into this relationship being able to take care of myself. I want you to be able to say the same thing. I don't need you to take care of me yet. But I don't want to have to take care of you from the inception of hi, my name is. I don't want to have to take that on. And I'm getting to a place of maturity and of an adulthood where I don't feel bad telling a new person that's my truth in beginning this thing. If that's an issue for you, find that chick who was me 10 years ago. And that's fine, But that's my reality and my realization about starting new things. I required an STD test. You want to get down? Show me some recent test results. And I don't mean recent 6 months to a year. I mean this month. If you went a few months ago, go back. Go back. I want something new. I want the letterhead of the doctor's office. I'm going to Google to see if it's an actual place. If the doctor you referenced on your paperwork is a real person, I want to see your lipids. I want to see your HGLs, LGLs. I want to see all of that. Even if you block out the number, a real schedule of test results come with some things on it. I want to know what's going on with you. And I'm going to do the same thing for you. I'm going to make sure you know my STD status before you get yourself involved with me. I think it's only fair. So that's something that I think. And I just want to give you that because I feel like we're so afraid to be honest with what we're truly thinking when we start. We're trying to put on that best impression of ourselves, and then months down the line or years down the line, they start getting the true us. And I don't think that's fair because it's not what they signed up for. Men or women, that's not what they signed up for. You always look nice, you always got your hair nice, you always, got on, your face looking a certain way, your body looking a certain way, you seem busy, uninvolved, disinterested in what I'm doing and where I'm going, and then a few months down the road, you can't do nothing but keep tabs on me. That's not what they signed up for, So be honest, like, I'm cooking for you, I enjoy cooking, but I don't cook all the time. Reiterate that. I do not cook all the time. I can when I have to, and I do certain things that taste nice, but don't think you signing up for Betty Crocker. That's not who I am. Be honest. Let that person know who they're getting. What happens when you get really angry? What happens when you get really sad? What happens when you are happy about something and you need to tell somebody something? Just be honest about who you are. Secondly, I think when you get into a relationship with somebody and you've been seeing them for a while, tell them what you want to change about them. I know so many people say, don't ever get into a relationship and think you're going to change that person. Guess what? I disagree. I disagree because I've heard too many happily married men say, my wife changed me. My wife made me a better man. I am nothing compared to the guy I used to be. I'm so glad I'm not the guy I used to be. That's change. Now, the meat and potatoes, the kind of heart he has, his spirit, let his spirit be his spirit. Don't try to make him into a total new individual. But that's what being in a relationship and growing is about. Can you imagine your grandfather at 75, 80 years old being the guy he must have been at 19, 20? Something changed. He grew. And it didn't necessarily have to come from a relationship he was in, but life happened. And you don't want a 19-year-old when you're 60, 70, 80 years old. There's a difference in priorities. There's a difference in mindset. There's a difference in maturity. So I believe when you get in a relationship, you're going to change each other. And I think it's a good thing. I do. So I'm not a proponent of don't try to change nobody. You need to be changing somebody. Maybe they are not a millionaire and that's their goal. They gonna need to change some things, right? Or they would have already been a millionaire. Help them get a business plan started. Help them finish that last class they need to get that college degree. Help them to understand what they're doing wrong with some other things in their lives. Maybe they're hot-tempered. Maybe they don't speak a certain way to get people's attention to listen to them when they give speeches. There's a number of things that can be changed for the better. And I think when people think of, don't try to change this person, they want you to accept them as they are. And to a degree, absolutely. But I want somebody who's wanting to grow, who's wanting to get better, who's wanting to change. You got $10 in your account. I want you to have 10,000. I want you to have 100,000 plus. I want that mindset to change where you know how to save money and you're more responsible with your spending. Your credit score may not be where you want it to be. Something has to change in order to get it where you want it to be. So I don't think that's wrong. What I do think is wrong is having a hidden agenda that person is unaware of. You're making plans to change their life. They should probably know about it. That's just me. Hey, babe. We need to work on your dress code, your wardrobe. All you know how to match is black and white. We're gonna have to get something going for you. All right, baby. Well, do what you gotta do. Upgrade me. Whatever you gotta do. That's called change. We looking at that. You want, again, your grandfather. Can you imagine him dressing the way the kids do in high school? there's something that has to change. Or the way he used to dress when he was once in high school. I mean, nobody is locked into a certain way of things forever. We get better, we learn, and we grow. And I think that's important. So don't feel bad about changing people. Just let them know, hey, we're going to have to work on you chewing with your mouth open. That's messing all my appetite up. We're going to have to work on that with you, baby. But I love you. We're going to hang out, stick it out. But that's not going to get it, especially when I bring you around my family, because they're going to roast you like Christmas ham if you go eating like that around the family. So we're going to change some things and be open to being changed. Don't think you walking into this relationship squeaky clean, spot free. Don't think that you're perfect. Be open to that person saying, babe, we're gonna have to get your nails together. Look like you've been working on cars all day. And maybe you have, but when he goes to hold your hand, he don't want your calluses and your hangnails scratching up his skin. You see what I'm saying? So be open to change. There is nothing wrong with change. Grow together, though. Be able to change to make it work for that person you're in a relationship with. Don't change for somebody who's irrelevant down the road. Change for that person that you do want to be in the relationship with, where it feels good to change. When it doesn't feel good, that's probably control. Whole different conversation we'll have later. Being controlled is way different than being changed. So, thank you again for listening. Mama Junior, just trying to give you a little love, guidance, and wisdom. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.